Drake is like one of those privileged kids that walk into the basketball court with the headband, the arm sleeve, the Nike Elite socks. You feel me? The brand new LeBrons, the brand new Kobe's, and get his ass whooped, and then takes his ball and goes home. It says none of y'all can play. Nobody else can play no more because he got his ass whooped. Not like us, man. Not like us.
Now at this point for Drake, things really couldn't get any worse for most other artists because from his reputation to his new music releases since the Kendrick beef, everything's been at an all-time low in all senses of the phrase, but now most recently, while everything has been seemingly turning on Drake and his career is reaching a rock bottom that only few other former superstars have remotely even been close to, the one thing that Drake still has had going for him is that he is not from the US or from a region that is occupied by any other major players in the rap world. And because of this, he has had full control over his own country of Canada and most importantly, his home city of Toronto, as from trying.
And that's one thing that no one wants to mention. He could not do this anywhere else. No American artist can do this in America. No UK artist can do it in UK. You feel me? I don't think any other artist could do that. That's how lame Canada is. They're letting Drake run shit. Drake? Aubrey? He's your gangster? Ain't no way, man. How y'all let a pop star have this much pull? Especially when it's ruining, I wouldn't even say it's ruining the economy, but eventually it could potentially ruin the economy if it gets to the extreme. Like, bro, the fans are pissed off because not everyone is a fan of Drake. Drake is getting booed multiple times in his own hometown. So to even sit back and allow this man to do this shit, he fucking up y'all money, man. Hell no, y'all get it. Hey, y'all gotta make a phone call to Drake, say, hey, chill the fuck out. Because this could be an issue. To other entrepreneurs, I'm talking about the restaurants, the gas stations, the hotels. Hey, tell this motherfucker to chill.
Embrace the six more than he has in years to try and invalidate the claims Kendrick said about him on Not Like Us about Drake never leaning into his city's roots, to then using his power in the region to ban Kendrick Lamar affiliate Schoolboy Q from being able to even perform in the city, which while not being fully confirmed initially that Drake did this, we now have further confirmation that this actually was the case and he is not allowing people who went against him or stood by Kendrick to perform in Toronto, as R&B singer and TDE signee Sir came to play in Toronto as well and was told that he could not perform. At this point, with everything against him, now Drake has been using his home city as a safe zone where he can cut people off who he does not like from being even able to show up in his city and
Drake is like one of those privileged kids that walk into the basketball court with the headband, the arm sleeve, the Nike Elite socks. You feel me? The brand new LeBrons, the brand new Kobe's, and get his ass whooped, and then takes his ball and goes home. Nobody else can play no more because he got his ass whooped. Not like us, man. Not like us.
the job that they were supposed to. But even with this said, if Drake really wants to ban all of his rivals, he is going to have to work much harder and ban a lot more people because right now, around the same time of all of this, former collaborator and a good friend of XXXTentacion, DJ Scheme, came into Toronto for a show at the venue Drake is a partial owner of. And during his set, he played Not Like Us, and as this clip went viral online, and the entire world just saw people in Drake's hometown singing the song that has destroyed him, people did not just humiliate him even more, but somebody who was banned from Toronto like Schoolboy Q showed respect to Scheme for standing up against Drake and the ridiculous stuff he is doing. But
Family Matters is becoming one of the worst aged diss tracks of all time, bro. I get more love in my city than you. How many times have you seen a major artist get booed this much? He got booed in LA at Camp Flognaw. Got booed at Limp Bizkit concert in his own hometown in Toronto. Another time, a few days later, the exact same venue that you own, you getting booed in, bro. Take your L, bro. Take your L. Go home.
what's most important about this whole moment is that none other than X's best friend and most iconic collaborator in the entire music industry, Ski Mask the Slump God, also went on social media To celebrate that, DJ Scheme disrespected the last thing Drake held sacred, and the reason why Scheme did this, and Ski supported it so hard to send a tweet out and let the world know how he is feeling, was not directly because they are.
And y'all know how Drake feel about X. And y'all know how Ski Mask feel about X. Especially since Drake has been using this entire narrative of I kill XXX Tentacion. You feel me? He even went as far as going to almost court over that bullshit. But eventually had to pull back and say, hey, I was just playing online. But at the exact same time, if my friend got killed and you are online bragging about it like you set up the play and you had something to do with it, bro, yeah, it's going to be an issue, bro. Forever. So, yeah.
Directly because they are Kendrick fans who were trying to stick up for somebody like Schoolboy Q directly, although this was definitely a part of it. But for them, it was to nod to their close friend XXX Tentacion, who despise Drake and, in his honor, diss Drake in a way that would hit harder than anything else they could do. But before we look at how and why X's friends carried out his mission of destroying Drake, and what this really means for them, we need to shout out today's sponsor, PrizePicks, an exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Now, PrizePicks is really simple to play, as I can make my picks and submit my. The Olympics underway, I can put my USA basketball
see you, boy, getting them ass, man. I see you, boy. Fantastic Hip Hop getting that money
to the test. And with Prize, if you want to try dollar lineup, you have a way to play daily to Drake's most disturbing rap beef. When it comes to the past of Drake and X, it is one of the most complicated relationships Drake has ever had with any other artist he's been in opposition with. And while a lot of people have some crazy conspiracies about what went down between these two, while we can look into the speculation and try to put things together, Ski Mask and Scheme have told us directly everything that we need to know, as they have publicly been on record saying that they hate Drake, not because they believe the conspiracies are true, which is something Ski Mask has clearly went out of his way to say. But even with this, as Scheme has stated, his fundamental issue with Drake is that after the loss of XXX Tentacion, all Drake did was play on the conspiracies people were throwing out to build that tough guy image that he has tried so hard to pull across as
I just said that, man. It's like, bro, it's on for life, man. It's on for life, bro. You playing, dog, over some shit that you know you're not about. Yeah, you from Toronto.
tracks like I'm Upset all the way back in 2018 to On BS from Her Loss in 2022. Drake has not stopped dropping bars that don't just coincidentally mirror what he has been accused of doing to X, but they are intentionally designed to play into the idea of what he has been accused of. And although Scheme and Ski seem to know that Drake was not actually responsible for what happened to their close friend, they still despise him for just acting like such a disgusting human being throughout this entire situation, as he hasn't just not shown any empathy or respect for X, but just so his music can get more attention and streams, he has actually mocked and disrespected such a serious situation. So this brings us here to most recently, where Scheme just embarrassed Drake even more than he has been this summer by playing the most anti-Drake song there has ever been right in a building that he literally owns. And now, while it's honestly crazy in the first place that Scheme was able to even perform at this venue, as he has made it very public that he does not like Drake over the years, I guess with everything going on, Drake forgot about this feud he has had with X's friends and let them sneak past the border, and as they have been the only group of people so far that are against Drake who have been able to actually play.
And that just goes to say, like, bro, it's not just a 20v1. Like, the industry is not just against you just because you're Drake. Like, bro, I was just looking at the Lil Yachty interview with Andrew Schultz, and he keeps saying this exact same narrative of Drake is just number one. Everyone's just hating on him because he's at the top. Man, I hate that narrative. And he still doesn't get it. He's still trying to move with this I'm unbothered narrative. At this point, we just got to dispose of Drake, bro. He won't learn his lesson. That's the reason why you got to put men like him on the registries. For sure, man.
The beef in Toronto. They didn't just have a chance to play their music in the city that's live music scene is about to change drastically, but they had the opportunity to check Drake, embarrass him, show a sign of respect to a rapper like Schoolboy Q, who lost the ability to even come to Toronto, and most importantly for Scheme and Ski Mask, and why they have even instigated this feud and spoken out about how they feel nothing but bitterness for Drake. They created such a pivotal moment in the music world by doing this, and with Kendrick Lamar's music being the voice of this Hall of Fame level response they are giving to Drake after years of him taunting X. When you also consider that Kendrick was a massive fan of X and he supported his music just because he was able to resonate with the raw emotion he showed that only few other artists of his time could replicate. All of this seems like it could not have lined up better if you tried, because every single thing that went down with this one clip made for the perfect way to kick Drake even more when he has already been stuck on the ground.
And they still are going with this I'm unbothered narrative. You feel me? And that just goes back to the narcissism of Drake. I truly believe he has an issue with his frontal lobe. Because there's no way you can be this unbothered by being accused of being a pedophile, of grooming children. Not only that, he has not even said anything about it directly. You feel me? Like, he made a statement during the Pusha T beef about the blackface. Right? He put out an entire statement. He has not once put out an entire statement concerning these little girls. He ain't say nothing about the video online that is well documented of him saying this 17-year-old girl's breasts feel good against his chest. Even after she said, I'm 17. It's no different than the Kai Cenat situation with his cameraman, Chris V. Well, even after the girl said, hey, I'm 17, Chris, he kept going. Drake, he kept going. And he has no remorse, like a narcissist. Like, if you know anything about the narcissistic prayer, it's either, it's not my fault. If it is my fault, it ain't that bad. If it is that bad, you deserved it. That boy is evil, man.
It's not necessarily the go-to way in any sort of musical feud to kick another artist when they're down, as Drake has done nothing but kick around their good friend XXXTentacion in lyrics ever since 2018. I think if you're gonna go as far to do something like that, all rules are off, and this was really the ultimate way of paying respect to X and showing that while he may not be here currently to defend himself from Drake and their beef, which started all the way back in 2017, when Drake stole X's flow from Look at Me and didn't own up to it, that they will still find a way to make the damage done to Drake even worse than what he has tried alluding to about X, because at the end of the day, at this moment in time where everything is against Drake and now even in his own city, it has been proven that people there will openly scream every lyric to a track that embarrasses and exposes Drake in a way that we will probably never see about any other artist in our lifetime again. It just shows that even
if you say that, cool, LA, they may play Drake's music, but they're not booing Kendrick Lamar. You feel me? Kendrick Lamar is not getting booed in LA. He's not getting booed in Compton. He's not even getting booed in California. He's not even getting booed in America. Kendrick Lamar is not getting booed. You feel me? Drake is getting booed. You feel me? It's a big difference, man.
Drake's home turf, despite his ability to ban people he doesn't want coming from playing there. The people who actually live there don't have the same type of respect for him that other areas in hip-hop have for the artists that come from their cities, which at the end of the day, when we look back to a Drake diss track like Push-Ups and see lyrics like this, it only makes things even funnier and more ironic, because this beef didn't just unite LA, but now at this point, it has brought together what feels like the entire US against Drake, as rappers from all around the country have publicly bashed him, and now even in Toronto, on the ground that Drake is trying to defend, as it's the last place he thought he could hide from his failure in. Even this hasn't lasted, and this is not just about Kendrick Lamar anymore, but after years of taunting somebody who can't even defend themselves. The fact that Scheme pulled this off is amazing, and it really just shows, while Drake fans try to make it out like he is some victim still, that when he's getting dissed by all of these other rappers and teams, it is mostly because he has just done horrible things to other people, and right now, I'm sure that X is smiling down and seeing that Drake finally got what he deserved. So with all this said,
for sure, man. Fuck Drake, man. I heard somebody in my comments trying to say, like, if you understood karmic debt, you wouldn't be wishing the downfall on somebody else. Absolutely, I can absolutely wish the downfall on a narcissist, on a psychopath, on a pedophile, you feel me, on a pedophile, a groomer. Absolutely, I can wish the downfall. Absolutely. And that's a pretty normal response. But hey, man, shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop, man. Y'all been going crazy, man. Y'all been going straight up going stupid. So go check out the description for the full video. But hey, see y'all in the next one, man.